So people are on the hunt right now trying to find the next hot cult meme coin that's going to make them rich. And meme coins specifically have been hated on left, right, and center. We just saw the single biggest liquidation in crypto history since about 2021. I dropped this in my free Telegram and I said, yesterday was the biggest liquidation event since 2021. My alts got nuked, but my memes, they barely flinched. If you're not inside my free Telegram, link is down below in the description. I suggest you join. We got a ton of good alpha in there. And I occasionally open up slots to my private community, Supersized Gains, where we trade meme coins all day long. But crypto traders in general love to pretend that they're in it for the tech. But really, they're just here to make a bunch of money. And because everybody is here masquerading as a tech investor, but really, they just want to make a bunch of cash, you can make a solid argument that meme coins are the purest form of crypto because there's no tech in the way. It's literally just about raw price action and number going up. And Turbo specifically is making a very good case for why it might be the one in 2025. But is Turbo really a hot meme coin? Or is it propped up by a bunch of influencer and cabal shillers who are just trying to pump and dump on your head top? Today we're going to cover whether Turbo is worth investing in, or you might want to run for the hilltops because it's going to be going down. First off, what makes Turbo special? Turbo was the first ever meme coin created directly with AI, and it was funded with, I think, $69 of initial LP. So there's definitely some very meme-worthy aspects to it, and it's positioned around AI. AI agents have been blowing up. Everybody's been really trying to position themselves around this narrative of AI. And with Turbo being the first ever AI-generated meme coin, it's positioned super, super well. Now, AI is literally one of the hottest narratives in all of crypto right now. It's quite literally what gaming was to last cycle. This cycle, we've really still got gaming, but AI is undeniably the hottest narrative in crypto. And by the way, in all of the tech world as well. Although we're on a massive dump right now, this is probably the biggest altcoin, meme coin, cryptocurrency correction since we started really moving up heavily with strength after the Trump election. And as you can see over here, a ton of top AI projects are down bad right now. They've taken an absolute hit. Memes are absolutely not unaffected by this. They've also taken a significant dive. But when we have a look at AI and we understand that AI, memes, and probably crypto gaming are the three hottest narratives of this cycle, the fact that Turbo is positioned not only as one of the strongest meme coins right now, but also acting as kind of exposure to AI at the same time, it gets really bullish. The community engagement behind Turbo is actually huge as well. If we actually open up TradingView, I want to show you something big that you want to look for in meme coins. You don't want a meme coin that is brand new and has just gone up. You want a meme coin that's been around for a while. Because Turbo launched all the way down here in 2023, pretty much at the start of 2023, it's had a very long lifespan for a community to genuinely form. Also, another huge thing you want to look at is the fact that it survived multiple massive nukes. This right here, even a more recent one from the start of the year, was a 70% dump. We can even come further back down here and we can see massive 80% dumps. We can even go a little bit more recent times and we can see again about a 70% dump. Now, one would look at that and say, oh, this thing's super volatile. I don't even want to get anywhere near this thing. But in the meme coin space, volatility is not, a maybe. It's an absolute foregone conclusion, which means when you're looking to invest in memes, you actually want to look at meme coins that have survived the test of time. Tokens that have dumped off heavily, but always come back. That means that a real diehard community has begun to form because all of the paper hands, for lack of a better word, have been shaken out. Another super important thing you want to look at when you're vetting a meme coin is how much crypto Twitter support there is for said meme coin. When we type in the ticker, $Turbo, and we scroll through, we see a ton of support for Turbo, which means there's a thriving active community. And on top of that, there's big names. It's not just kind of randoms. There are big names who are supporting and rallying behind Turbo. And with a meme coin where there's really, no major, big brain, giga brain team behind it, the community itself is the most important aspect of spreading the word. If they're not in the trenches spreading the word, the meme coin is not going to have any legs and it ain't going to go nowhere. So with that being said, let's talk about Turbo's price action so far. Turbo launched all the way down here in May of 2023. And for about a year, it pretty much just crabbed along to the right before it started initially getting some exposure. I already told you that one of the major things you want to see from a meme coin is the survival factor. Has it, yes, pumped super hard, which means it's getting interest, but at the same time, has it dumped off significantly and then came straight back again? With each one of these pumps getting gradually and gradually bigger until all of a sudden it makes it to the promised land and becomes a real large cap meme coin. Turbo's run from a micro cap all the way up to being $600-700 million market cap. That's massive growth, but it didn't happen overnight. And the price action I just showed you right there is exactly exactly what creates a cult-like community. It's shaking out all the weak hands, it's shaking out the non-believers, and the only people that are left actually believe in the thing and think it can go a lot higher, which means, like a self-fulfilling prophecy, it usually ends up doing just that. Big exchange listings are huge catalysts, and Turbo has listed on Binance already. That's a huge win by far, but it still hasn't listed on Coinbase, and there's a ton of more exchange listing catalysts that can definitely come. But on the other hand, it's very accessible. People who are, absolute normies can go over to Binance, they can buy it directly on an exchange, and they can feel safe that they're not going to get rugged on MetaMask, they're not going to get rugged on Trust Wallet, and they have a very cushy, comfortable, safe place to purchase this token, which means it's highly, highly accessible. So now let's get to why Turbo could absolutely dominate 2025. There are really three core categories of meme coins. There is the hot new steaming piles of garbage. These are your pump fund tokens that are launching every single day, and realistically, this is probably where you're going to lose all your money. Then you have your old last cycle boring coins. This is stuff like Doge, this is stuff like SHIB, and although they're going to pump, the returns are absolutely diminishing. Are you going to get a 10x out of Doge? Very, very, very unlikely. And then we come over here to the battle-tested cult coins that will make you rich. These coins not only have extremely die-hard communities behind them, but at the same time, they've still been through the test of the time. They're new enough, but they're still very strong. My big meme coin holdings are all in battle-tested cult coins. I have absolutely no tired old boring cycle coins, but I will go ahead and give you a little bit of a contradiction here. I do get deep in the trenches, and I do trade some hot new steaming piles of garbage. I just do it with an absolute fraction of the money I'd be willing to put into these battle-tested cult coins, which I would actually say Turbo is one of them. Another shameless plug for Mackey's Restaurant. Join my free Telegram down below because I occasionally open up spots for supersized gains, which is my private TG, where we trade meme coins all day long. We've had a ton of big gains inside. We caught a 30x the other night. We're catching stuff all the time. So join that down below if you're actually in the trenches. We'd love to have you. So that's my kind of line in the sand. Could Turbo dominate in 2025? Yes, absolutely. I don't think this is top for the cycle. I think we're probably going to get a lot more juice out of Turbo. And it's large enough that it's got big attention, it's got a lot of eyeballs on it, and big money investors can throw in 10, 20, 50K, and it won't pump the chart too much, which means it can attract large capital. That's very important because this industry is completely based around speculation. We already talked at the start of the video about how everybody's masquerading as a tech investor. They all think they're goddamn Steve Jobs or they're, Mark Zuckerberg, but really, they're more like your dodgy Uncle Doug who has a major gambling problem. If you're watching Doug, I'm sorry. So if we know this industry is purely about speculation, we want a coin that is big enough to matter, which means people can see it, it's got visibility, but small enough to actually do significant X's. Doge, although I love it, it started the sector. However, the thing's like a $50 billion market cap. It's not going to pull a 10x. It's not going to $500 billion market cap, which, by the way, 10x is kind of like the least of what we're in this game for. So it's simply too big to matter. It's an old, boring last cycle coin. Whereas a Turbo, for example, is only a $500 million market cap, which means for this thing to simply 10x, all it's going to is a $5 billion market cap. Completely doable. It also has a massive network effect, which is another thing we look for, a battle-hardened community that's formed behind the thing, big support on crypto Twitter, and one of the main things that drew me to this token, it's positioned around AI. The narrative of first meme coin made with AI, funded with $69 of initial LP, created by ChatGPT. That might sound pretty stupid to you, but that's a lot of substance for the meme coin community. That actually might be too much substance. People might say, yo, this might actually have utility. We don't want that. But all jokes aside, the positioning next to AI is going to be really big for Turbo, and that's, by the way, been one of the major catalysts that's taken it so far already. But is Turbo some magic unicorn that's just immune to challenges and has no risk? Obviously not. One of the biggest risks is, of course, the volatility. It's easy to see people printing gains off meme coins and think, oh, that's super easy, but it's not very easy when you buy up here, thinking this thing's going to the moon, and then whoops, it takes a massive, massive dump. And we're seeing another one of these right now happening. Turbo, as we speak, in the past 2 days, has gone down about 35-40%. Do not invest more than you can afford to lose, and my videos are simply intended as an informative video to document my thoughts on the market. I don't think you should buy any of these things. You're probably going to lose your money. There's also regulatory uncertainty. We just saw Pump Fund, the biggest meme coin creator on Solana, get banned in the UK. They were doing some pretty degenerate stuff over there. They had to disable the live stream feature. There were, kids doing all sort of, really sketchy things on the live stream feature. They shut it down. That was probably a big factor. But as meme coins mature into a larger and larger market, there's a very big chance they get highly, highly regulated, which means that could be super bad news for your favorite meme coin, maybe even Turbo. It's another risk. And of course, this space is highly competitive, which means Turbo might be on top today, and then some FUD comes out tomorrow, it gets nuked, or a competitor takes the lead and everybody forgets about Turbo. That's why I have a basket of meme coins. I never put all my chips in one basket. I'm not like your dodgy Uncle Doug who puts all his money on black. You want to have a basket of investments here, and overall the portfolio will perform how it performs, but you don't want all your chips on one coin. So I do believe Turbo is very well positioned prediction for 2025, but it doesn't come without risks. Every one of these coins is highly, highly volatile, and it's extremely risky. And by the way, you could lose all your money, but it's well positioned around a huge narrative, AI, which AI alone, the AI sector alone, is set to be one of the hottest runners in all of crypto. It already has been. It's going to continue. It's battle tested. It's been through the test of time. It's had massive 70-80% corrections and came straight back, which means a community is formed and it's shaken out all the weak hands. And it's very accessible because it's on some of the biggest exchanges, but it still has some big catalysts coming, whether that be the Coinbase listing or any other listings you could imagine that could attract a bunch of attention and be a very big pump for Turbo. But with that being said, that's the end of the video. Join my free Telegram down below. You don't want to miss. And I'm going to direct you to this video. This will be a very good continuation for what we've talked about. Click it. I'm going to jump off your screen. 3, 2, 1. See you there.